Everybody, Jake and Gino here, and today we're discussing how to build a team for apartment investing and where to start. Gino, from the beginning of our investing career, we've always attempted to systematize and create frameworks for our business. Our outlook on apartment investing has been buy right, manage right, and finance right. Starting from the beginning, wheelbarrow profits. We documented it, and that's what we've stuck to. We call thinking with the end in mind. We believe it's crucial to reverse engineer your team building. And the first questions you should ask yourself is, what type of business are you trying to create? Are you trying to be vertically integrated? Are you trying to create a syndication company where you go out and raise money for large apartment deals? Do you want to do joint ventures? Do you want to own 50, 100 units internally so you can ride off into the sunset and live off the cash flow? There's a million different ways you can invest. But from here, from the starting point, you need to begin to create an org chart of needs or skill sets of yourself and other people you can partner with. And that's going to essentially allow you to, okay, I'm going to hire, somebody that has a complementary skill set, or I'm going to go out and look to partner with somebody that can raise money and I can be boots on the ground. So those are the different things to look at. But Gino, where would you personally begin? If you're out there and, it's 2009 and, we're talking about buying apartments and whatever, where do you begin to start creating a team?
Jake, let me read from one of my favorite books, The Honeybee.
Oh, I like that one too.
Lesson number 4, build your hive. Learn to ask who instead of how. Very important, everybody. Hit me up, Gino@jakeandgino.com. I'll send you out a PDF copy because, Dan Sullivan, they wrote the book, Who Not How. They wrote it now. We wrote this before with the idea of scaling a business. And you ask such a tough question because when you first start buying your first couple of deals or you start any business, it's the I'm a mentality. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And if Amma keeps doing it, Amma will get burned out. But Amma needs to do it in the beginning because Amma needs to learn how to do the business. And that's the unfortunate thing. As you start scaling up, you have to shed that Amma mentality and grow into the next iteration. And that's where it gets challenging. And for Jake and myself, that first deal, it was just me and Jake. And fortunately, we had a real estate broker. And for the first few months, we were spinning our wheels. We're doing things by ourselves. I think God sent us down Rick Gentry. Thank God for Rick Gentry, because all of a sudden the deal started flowing. He taught us about creative financing. And that was the first, I think, big team member that we actually had acquired in the real estate space. Now, I had mentors. I think mentorship is so
Thank
paramount.
God for our parents and grandparents for teaching us like blue collar work ethic and hard work, because that got us through it more than anything, right?
Yes, in the very beginning. And I think it's important, but I think the very first thing that anybody needs to start out with is success leaves clues. And I'm going to rabbit hole for a second, but I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about with me personally right now. I wanted to do something that I thought in the beginning that I would suck at, and I really needed to work hard. So I started singing opera. Now, why am I bringing this into the fray here? It's very important. I could not be where I am in 8 months if I didn't have an amazing teacher. So you all need a teacher. We all need a mentor. We all need a role model out there. Find somebody on YouTube that you like. Find books that you can read about it. You need that to start out with. You need to be held to account. I just got back from the lesson.
Find a framework.
Yeah, exactly. And they have the framework. Exactly. Buy right, manage right, finance right. You like that. That's what we teach right now. But Jake and I didn't have that. But fortunately, I had my mentors that were teaching multifamily, and I was able to bring that into Jake and myself. Mentorship first, education, role models, coach. And then in multifamily, that broker is so crucial in the beginning to learn, because you're going to ask that broker questions. They're going to start bringing you deal flow. You're going to start building rapport with him. And then from that broker, if she is a really good multifamily broker, they'll have other people that they can refer you to, whether it's an inspector, whether it's a property manager, whether it's an accountant, whether it's an attorney, an insurance agent. Then you start putting those other pieces on it. But I don't want anyone to hold back from looking at deals and saying, I need to have my whole team built out. You don't need that right now when you're first starting out. As you start scaling up, you're going to start adding those layers on there. Jake and I, in our first deal, we didn't have a construction company. We bought the deal and we needed contractors. We overpaid a little bit on the property, and we probably paid a little bit more than what we should have, but those are great learning lessons. After we got our second deal, we had started building our team. That's when it came out. But in the very beginning, Jake, I think it's mentorship, I think it's coach, and I think it's real estate broker.
That's a great point. So let's recap this. What type of business do you want? Are you going to be a syndicator? Are you going to be an owner operator? Whatever the case may be. Map that out first. Okay. From there, what skills do you have? What skills are you lacking in? So the first step of that will be to hire or partner for skill set. What are you lacking in, and what do you need to hire for? Maybe you need to hire a third-party property manager. Maybe you need to hire an asset manager. Maybe you need to partner with someone that can do that work. Okay. Then, and this is actually probably more important. This should probably be number one, and it should apply to everything that you do. Hire and partner based on culture. Is that person that you're going to be working with going to be a culture fit? Do you have a, similar belief system as this person does? Because if you don't, it's not going to work. I think that, culture fits, whether they're hires or partnerships, will be the thing that can erode your life and make you absolutely miserable. So figure out where your core values are and hire and partner with people based on core values and culture. That's extremely important, and I think is even more important than skill sets. The final piece to this is make sure your goals are in alignment. If Gino wanted to fix and flip or syndicate or whatever it is, and I wanted to long-term buy and hold, that partnership's going to suck. He's going to be getting pulled one direction. I'm going to be getting, pulled the other direction. We were syndicating deals in 2018, and we brought a partner on for that. And ultimately, Gino and I are saying, we don't really like the syndication game as much. We really like to just buy these things internally, hold them, build out the team. So that mini partnership that we started going into different directions, and it wasn't a good fit. And we're saying, there's like dysfunction, and it's not, necessarily the way we want it. So what's going on there? We had to look internally and say, hey, this doesn't really make sense for us. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this. We kind of veered off into different directions. So I think from our experience, it will help you shorten the learning curve. Make sure that whoever you partner with, whether it's a hire or a partnership, make sure you have similar goals and a similar long-term vision. That may change, and that's okay. Make sure the core values are there. That's even more important. And then look for people with complementary skill sets. I think going down that road and checking the box and not skimping, because you'll be able to look back in your career and know the areas that you had issues are when the values that you shared and the person you partnered with were different, and you probably shouldn't have gone down that road in the beginning. And that's a way to avoid some of the mistakes that Gino and myself has made, and it will really help you shorten that learning curve. So, Gino, hold up the B again there. We give away a free copy. Gino at JakeandGino.com. He's going to give away a free copy of the Honeybee, and I know you got something else to say here before we hop off.
Yeah, real quick. In the book, Noah is experiencing the same thing. He's asking, how do I scale up my company? How do I add up more units? How do I property manage? How do I have my W-2 job? How do I get out? And he was asking the wrong question, not how do I do it, but who can help me do it? And he came upon the solution of, let me get third-party property management. That'll help me scale up because I'm out there. My best use of time is go out finding deals and putting deals on the contract and growing the portfolio and becoming an asset manager. And then all of a sudden, what did he do? He hired a contractor as well. So he wasn't up on top of the roof and cleaning out the snow and doing all the work. So that question, who can help me, instead of how can I do it? Explore that. And as you start growing as an entrepreneur, you will see that you'll be getting help from so many different areas. It's not only leveraging other people's money, but it's leveraging other people's time, whether it's third-party property management, whether it's an accountant to do your bookkeeping, whether it's somebody to edit this podcast, whether it's somebody to help you with the show notes, whatever it is, you need people to help you. Where that's not our best and highest use of time, try to figure out what yours is and try to delegate everything else.
Multifamily investing is a team sport, period. I'm Jake. He's the G Daddy, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, Gino.
Thanks, Jake.